Welcome to Encouragement Only, Episode 3. Be a catalyst. Sow seeds of connection. Greetings. This is a reminder that this is an audio version of a Substack post by the same title. As winter draws to a close, the famous Southern California sun was peeking through the clouds as I began this post. How are we doing? No matter who we are, artist, parent, observer, we see much going on in the world. The topics that appear on our screens daily: sports, academic, weather, politics, war, health, justice, tug at our hearts and time. And we are part of a community. Our friends and neighbors are affected by our attitudes and behavior. As a Northern Hemisphere dweller, a global view now displays life in the Southern Hemisphere. Friends enjoying summer as we complain about the cold. We can benefit from the exchange between hemispheres. We benefit also from sharing between generations or different seasons of life. Today, we can eat spring peaches from the opposite hemisphere. Some argue that it's not a good idea for the environment, but it certainly is a treat to taste summer fruit in the dead of winter. Most of us can name an older relative or mentor who shared his or her personality, wisdom, humor, habits, and our lives are forever changed. In 2021, I published Lessons from a Life Well Lived about my pragmatic and brilliant aunt. Interaction between generations enhances our culture. Transmission of the arts, history, language from seniors to youth and youth to seniors makes life rich. Today as never before, sharing between continents, countries happens in real time. Instagram not only shares visual arts, dance, music, theater, it can quickly translate. Although I have studied art for many years, I'm overwhelmed by the sheer quantity of what I see and am amazed that I can interact with those creating it. I can respond to favorite authors who often answer back. We can ask questions. I urge you to ponder how we can use these seeds for encouragement as catalysts. What have been your favorite older, younger person experiences? Do you indulge in food treats from other continents, hemispheres? What are your thoughts? Can you name artists, musicians, actors, writers from other hemispheres? How do the seasons positively affect you? Winter is not my favorite, and I live in mild California, but I try to embrace the beauty of winter light. This week, I held the first meeting of the desert traveling women of a certain age club. I'm kidding, but it's not a bad idea. A friend came over for coffee and travel suggestions for a trip to Paris. Recently, she spent several months in Italy and wants to visit Paris. I answered questions, asked a lot about her recent experiences, and we shared anecdotes about solo adventures. I promised to make a list of recommendations and thought I'd share a few here. I am neither a seasoned traveler nor a novice, but somewhere in between and love to talk travel. I had no idea her visit lasted 3 hours until I looked at my phone. Time well spent flies. I find we all develop a passion for places that stir us. She recently connected with roots in Italy. Another friend cannot get enough of the Hawaiian Islands and has studied hula and Hawaiian culture for many years. Whether it is in our DNA or because of an indefinable magnetic pull, certain places on the planet pull us. I can't prove that I am French. Ancestry.com tells me I am about 84% from the UK, with smaller percentages from Germany, Austria, Ireland, and Sweden. Ireland and Sweden were pleasant surprises, and I'm hoping to prove I'm part French. Over recent travels, I sketched, especially shown in my Paris sketchbook calendar 2024, which is sold out, but cards and prints are available at my Etsy shop. I sketched Paris, I took extensive notes, and reported frequently to a small private Facebook group of friends who wanted to follow along. My posts and photos now serve as a chronological collection of notes, anecdotes, and photos. Paris. I had no idea until 2018 that Paris is divided into 20 arrondissements, or districts. They spiral from number 1 at the center out. People often refer to them as the 7th or the 6th and know what they mean. I wish I had taken French in school. However, as an English teacher, I am picking up odd rules. The French have a space before the exclamation mark, as in, and in my written Substack, bonjour, space, exclamation mark. Before you travel, familiarize yourself with these districts in Paris. I was very fortunate in 2018 and discovered a lovely flat in the 7th through SabbaticalHomes.com. I have stayed with the same property owner on my subsequent trips and recently in her lovely flat in the 6th, Saint-Germain. You can find descriptions of each district at my Substack. I had been fortunate to sketch throughout the City of Light and the French countryside during 2018 and 19. And alas, 2020, I began scouring the internet to learn more about French art, culture, and travel. One thing led to another, and that is how the fun of connecting happens. I had admired paintings by Dreama Toll Perry and soon found her podcast interview with Krystal Kenney at La Vie Creative, where each week American-born Krystal interviews an English-speaking creative person living in Paris or follows the path of history with her friend and co-host Claudine Hemingway, Bleu, Blonde, Rouge. This wonderful wealth of information kept me alert, entertained, and inspired throughout 2020 and beyond. My travel dreams came true when I met both Krystal and Claudine in Paris in 2023. I scheduled a photo shoot with Krystal and booked a Louvre tour with Claudine. Both were fabulous. And after that, we had lunch together, the three of us. How fun. As an art and literature teacher, France has always fascinated me. About 2.2 million people live in central Paris today. It was home to more, 2.9 million, 100 years ago when Paris attracted the likes of Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Gertrude Stein, Cole Porter, Josephine Baker, Aaron Copland, George Gershwin, Isadora Duncan, Pablo Picasso, James Joyce, and dozens more. Slowly, I am learning more about Paris, a walkable city. One would certainly not try to walk Los Angeles, where I was born, or London. In Paris, walking is a thing. The French even have a word for it, flaneur. Flaneur is a noun referring to a person literally meaning stroller, lounger, saunterer, or loafer, but with some nuanced additional meanings, including it as a loan word to English. Flânerie is the act of strolling, with all of its accompanying associations. A near synonym of the word is boulevardier. A flânier is derived from Old Norse verb flana, to wander with no purpose. Whether you plan to travel or will this year at least remain in an armchair, I hope you enjoy knowing more. Plan a visit with a favorite older or younger person. Try a food or learn something about a place in another hemisphere. Research an artist, musician, actor, writer from another hemisphere. Enjoy a winter hike or savor winter light, or enjoy those summer moments where you are. I would love to hear from you, inspired by all of you, as always. Janis Commentz. Encouragement only.